With President Donald Trump back in the White House, investors have been keeping an eye on Wall Street to see how the markets are impacted. Between inflation, higher interest rates, and talks of tariffs, there is a bit of uncertainty out there right now. And joining us live now with some advice is Andrea Williams, a wealth management advisor with Northwestern Mutual. Thanks so much for being with me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
I very much appreciate it. Okay, what advice do you have for investors who might be concerned about their money being tied up in the stock market right now? I know things have been relatively stable, but there is a lot of uncertainty.
Of course, there's always going to be uncertainty, and we've seen a number of significant movements with the executive orders and political decisions that are being made, but our encouragement is always to stay the course. It doesn't really make sense to pull your money out of the market or change direction on your investment strategy. What happens in the political offices is very different that will happen in our economy at large, and everyone really should stay the course.
And just to reiterate, I mean, we hear this a lot, but if we have some bad days and people have money in the stock market, don't panic, right?
Exactly. You shouldn't panic. You should, again, stay the course and not change your strategy overall.
Okay. What about people looking to invest in anything and maximize their wealth potential? What is a good first step to people who might be overwhelmed about where to start?
First, I would say make sure that you're living below your means and you can identify an amount of money that you can save every month, because it doesn't really help to get started and putting that money in the market and then having to pull it right back out because you have an emergency. So certainly make sure that you have resources allocated that you're going to invest that you won't need to spend on anything else. The next thing is, I would always encourage everyone to lean on a financial professional. There are tons of folks out here at all levels for individuals of all income that can help people invest and learn about the stock market and identify where to get started.
So, live within your means or under your means, right? It's easier said than done for some people.
Yes.
Would you suggest also then, obviously making it a priority to invest, but also establishing an emergency fund first or simultaneously, so that if there is an emergency, you don't have to dip into your investments? Or what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. Having an emergency fund 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses set aside before you start to do anything aggressive or risky is a great idea. But then also simultaneously, it does make sense for you to enroll in your employer-sponsored retirement plans. You never want to miss out on any of the matching or additional profit sharing that might be available in those plans. And those typically are the perfect place for people to get started and dipping their toe in the water when it comes to investing.
And you just talked about, feel free to utilize a financial advisor, a financial professional. That's just daunting to some people. How do you find the right one?
Great question. You can, of course, head to northwesternmutual.com and identify individuals that are in your area. And many people take it upon themselves to host interviews. They ask friends and family who they're working with, and they sit down with more than one financial professional, and they identify who they fit best with.
A lot of people, I remember when I was younger, I was like, I just don't have money to save. I just don't have money to save. So someone thinking along those same lines, is it even worth putting $5 a week away?
There are plenty of apps and programs that will invest the change. So, for example, if you spent $2.50, they would take that additional 50 cents that didn't quite reach the dollar, and they would invest it on your behalf. So there are apps like that that help people get started. And as I mentioned earlier, using your employer-sponsored plan, what's really helpful about that is that your dollars are taken out of your paycheck before they get to your bank account, and that has been historically the strongest saving strategy that anyone has ever used.
Because if you don't see those numbers in front of you, you're not going to spend them, right?
Correct.
You don't think you have them, right? Out of sight, out of mind sort of thing, in a good way.
Yes.
Okay, Andrea Williams, thank you so much for being here and sharing a lot of these thoughts and tips on investing. It's really important, I know, for people to try, if they can, to set up that so-called nest egg.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.